Guys, so quick video, as quick as possible, about KSI versus Jake Paul, and the only few things that KSI has on top of Jake. Now, first off, before anybody screams in the comments, which would be fine with me, Jake, in my opinion, is the better technical boxer, and he is too far ahead for KSI to fully catch up right now. But I want to point out a few things that KSI has on top of Jake that would make that fight actually quite interesting if they ever did it. Well, if it happened now. In a year from now, if Jake fights 2 more times and he wins, he will be better. So, first off, it's pressure. Now, Logan and Jake both suffer from the same problem. Like, you see that face, that look, it's like, what the fuck? They don't do good with guys that pressure them. They like being the stalker. Now, good example of this is the first Tyron Woodley fight. Now, I'm showing the second one and the same round as this fight, and I'll explain why. Now, yeah, pressure. KSI hits harder with raw power than Jake, but his technique is off, so he doesn't transfer his power properly, meaning Jake is the more effective puncher. The thing is, Logan said it himself. KSI hit so hard that he was really scared of any shot even landing or glancing at him, so he was really hesitant to throw anything. Same thing happened in this fight when Jake and Tyron came out from the get-go. But the thing is, Jake wasn't as scared of the power, he was more scared of gassing out, which leads to the second thing. KSI has a lot more gas in his tank. This is why I'm using, I think I'm going to show it now, the 6th round of these two's fight and the 6th round of T-Wood and Jake. I'm going to show it briefly. Just see the cardio difference. Oh, and then the last thing is, KSI has much more will to win. Jake persevered versus T-Wood both times, but he even himself admitted that he was on the verge of just retiring after that fight because he was not sure if he can do that again, or even in the fight he felt that way. But I think he came over that because he continued and then he got that awesome knockout. So, I think he would still have the grit to hold out if him and KSI fought. So yeah, I'm going to show and commentate over round 6 of the Logan fight and then the Jake fight as well. Just to show, KSI was a lot more fresh in the 6th round and he was throwing a ton more than Jake did through their fight. Okay, yeah, it starts. I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit because, you know, copyright reasons. You see, and it's slightly fast forward just because of copyright reasons. They clinched a lot in the end here, but you can see he was a lot more active. He was throwing a lot more. Even Logan himself, because Logan said after the fight he didn't throw enough right hands, and that was something that even JJ pointed out. Here they're bitching about the holding of the neck and all that kind of crap because of the bad amateur style of fighting. But do you see what I mean? Jake is throwing, KSI is throwing, and he's throwing hard. He's not throwing light shots. This whole round ended with him swinging. You see, he's swinging. When you're tired at this point, you will not be swinging like a mofo. Now, JJ needs to crisp up his shots, like really, or learn to set up those hooks and overhands. He did say that he went crazy in this fight and went overboard, so it makes sense. But you can see, this is a moment where he's taking a break actually. You could see it in his posture and stuff. That was the previous few swings was gassing him out, so he stops, which is smart from him and his training. But then he goes back to flurries of swinging like a mofo. Now, I'm going to stop it there because this is more than enough. We're more than halfway through. Now, this is Jake and Tyron in their round. Look how low and slow the activity is. And by the way, this is at 25% faster speed. Do you see how sluggish Jake looks? Do you see how sluggish even T-Wood looks? It's been a problem of T-Wood, and he's older, so it explains it a lot. Plus, people don't understand, it's a very different cardio in boxing. It's shorter paced, it's actually more explosive than MMA. Only problem is MMA is 5 minutes, so you get tired more. And yeah, you see they're just hanging on each other, full of sweat. Jake is throwing zero power into most of his shots. That's why when he knocked him out, he really measured it. Also, you can see Jake is still falling into his shots here, like drowning out his shots. That's why he was clinching so much. It was not on purpose per se. It was just because he lacks the skill of somebody. Do you see how sluggish the shots is? He just lacks the skill of somebody that can measure the distance properly versus somebody else. I think T Wood actually threw the better shots in this round until he got dropped. Like the whole fight basically. But both of them were so scared of getting knocked out and scared of being tired that you can see they didn't really throw their shots proper. You could see, and T Wood is so slow right now. They're both really slow. In my honest opinion, Logan even has better cardio than him. And it also showed in the Floyd Mayweather fight. So you guys see what I mean. Look how sluggish they were in the 6th round. Like, for real, are we gonna lie to ourselves and say that Jake has more cardio than KSI? Like, for real? This looks bad. This is the same point where I stopped the previous round. And this is why I'm gonna stop it here. Jake looked horrible. Very slow here. You guys can't argue with me there. And I just wanted to point this out because, like, a lot of people were complaining in the comments with me earlier when I actually pointed this out, that Jake has worse cardio than freaking KSI. Now that fight's not going to happen, and you can hear from how they're speaking about each other that it's not going to happen, because Jake, I think yesterday actually talked about it, and he said, you could hear in his voice he's just burnt out because of it. He does not feel like he wants that fight anymore. And KSI always dances around it a little bit. He says he will, but then yeah. So I just wanted to point that out, guys. I'm gonna put 2 videos up of boxing and MMA now after this. And then I'm gonna put more videos like this. Now, I'm not gonna edit a lot of these videos and stuff. This is really just giving you guys a view of my opinion on stuff. If Jake and KSI fought, and KSI did not get caught really early, he could win via points. But I think Jake would have caught him coming in really quick. It would look a lot like the Gibb fight, but a little bit more prolonged, and KSI would be better. But yeah, cheers guys, long ass video out.